Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the final day of the Predator Pro Billiard Series events in Rome in association with Venbilliards. We're here at the beautiful Rome Cavalieri, a Waldorf Astoria hotel for the gold medal match of the Banca del Fucino WPA Women's World Championship. 64 players journeyed to Rome and now just 2 remain, so let's meet them. She's our defending champion, reigning WPA World 8-Ball champion and 2-time WPA World 10-Ball champion. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Philippines, Cheska CENTENO. And her opponent, playing in her first ever World Championship final. She's a former European 9-ball champion, 2-time Euro Tour winner and ranked number 10 in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, from Belarus, Margarita FEFILOVA Staya. The final is the best of 5 sets, with each set a race to 4. And in the event of a 3-3 tie in the decider, we will go to a shootout. Your referee in charge of the action is Pentti Seppänen of Finland. Ladies, you may lag for the break.
Thank you, Luke. Good afternoon and welcome, guys, to the Waldorf Astoria Cavalieri Hotel for the very last time. We started with 64 women with the dreams of becoming world champion, and we're left with just 2 gladiators ready to do battle here in Rome. Margaret FEFILOVA Staya from Belarus looking for her first world title up against 3-time world champion Cheska the Flash CENTENO from the Philippines. It's time for the final of the 2026 Banca del Fucino WPA Women's World 10-Ball Championships. It's best of 5 sets, each set a race to winner breaks within the set. You can break from anywhere behind the head string. There's a 30-second shot clock and 1 30-second extension each per rack, of course. Your referee for this one is Pentti Seppänen from Finland. I'm Mark White, and calling the shots with me in the booth is a man that comes from a long list of great Dutchmen, including Vincent van Gogh, Rembrandt, Johan Cruyff, and the Terminator himself, Niels Fine. Please welcome the Talkinator. It's Tim de Ruyter. Hello, Tim.
Hello, Mark, and I have to say, you always find a way to get me speechless. What an intro once again, and what a match we have in the final once again.
Yeah, complete contrast of styles here. Margaret FEFILOVA, very, very, shall we say, methodical against, well, someone who seems to have nothing but just raw talent. And it's got her to yet another 10-ball final, Tim. Her second final within 10 days of each other. Just won the World 8-Ball, just proving she can switch to any discipline, and she's off to a flyer already, mate.
Yeah, making the 1 on the break, and well, what a layout she's got here. Just a 6 to the 7 could pose a threat, but she's got so much space on the left side of the table. Cannot really imagine.
So 8, 9 and 10 to take this opening rack.
Yeah, she's not bothered by anything, Mark. She just keeps going, same rhythm over and over. She never really slows down either.
Well,
Starts
you
with
could
a
say,
great run.
Tim, you could say already in this final, Cheska's playing lights out. Terrific start. Just amazes me. Okay, yes, they've had some practice on the table, but then they've had about 10 minutes where they've just been standing backstage waiting for the introductions and waiting to do battle. And out she comes as if she's never stopped hitting balls. And it's very important for that young lady there to try and get off to a good start. Of course, there's nothing she can do with her opponent breaking and running. But when she does get her chances, she's going to have to take them, Tim.
Well, there's only one thing that counts for FEFILOVA. If you want to be the best, you gotta beat the best. I think that's the proper saying for this final. Cheska at the moment, I mean, in my opinion, no doubt the best women player around. Has the biggest form. And again, this break. Oh, look at that little nudge on the 2. Well, it hasn't landed into an offensive shot, I feel, but 2 balls in. If the break starts to go like this, Cheska is even more dangerous.
Well, she thought that would go. I didn't think it would. She obviously can see better from where she is.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. Now, we might see cross-side bank, or she could roll up on the 8. It depends. If she has some early nerves, she might not take it on. She hasn't. She has gone for more distance. But we'll have the jump cue come out.
Well, the bleachers looking like a catwalk here in Rome, in Italy, the capital of fashion.
Yeah, definitely one you were expecting her to make. Still has left a long 2 ball, and it's either you drop it in soft or you go for the big stroke. Bring the cue ball out 2-3 rails. Probably just soft might be easier. Does she get the cue ball out enough? No.
Well, it's strange to think that we've been waiting a few years for a world champion with the name Steyer. It could be Margaret FEFILOVA Steyer to take the first championship for the Steyer family. I'm sure Tyler is watching.
Didn't really have many more options. Yes, she was trying to hit it thinner, I think. Straight draw on the 4. Needs a proper angle on the 5 to stun over to the left side of the 7.
way back for the side. You can leave it middle table, Tim. Oh, it's unbelievable, isn't it? The misses that just spring up every now and then from this young lady. And Margaret will know that. And these are the chances that she's got to take and finish the rack off. You're always going to get chances against Cheska.
And she does have that style. She could play 2 perfect sets and then miss 2 straight-in shots right after. Kind of just maybe things coming along too easy sometimes at times.
Yeah, Margaret, the only one of the 2 players to come straight through on the winner's side with 6 straight wins. No losses at all. Christine Steinlich, Anna Godisnik, Chao Che-Yu, Jasmine Ocean, Amber Chen, Chao Che-Yu again in the semi-final. And I bet if you added up the hours that they've played, Tim, I'm sure Cheska has played less, because Margaret has had a couple of absolute mammoth, titanic struggles against Jasmine Ocean and Amber Chen. So Margaret officially a part now of this Banca del Fucino WPA Women's World 10 Ball Final. She's on the board. Strange miss here from Cheska on the 5 ball. This is what Margaret's got to do when she gets these chances. She's got to take them, just like she did there. Cheska started out with a 2-1 win over Xiaofeng Fu and then went down to her good friend Rubelin Aramith 2-1 and then beat Kennedy Mayman, Sylviana Liu, Pia Filler, Savannah Easton, Chihiro Kawahara, Sol Soa yesterday in that unbelievable semi-final, beating her in straight sets 3-0. So that's how they both got here. Are we going to have a new world champion? Or will Cheska win her 3rd?
You have to say, in that semi-final, Margaret's break was something that stood out quite a bit. I mean, she was making 1 ball at least every break. And she's done the same thing. She's made the 1 clean into the middle. She's got shape on the 2. Just a little bit of work around the 5, 6, 7 range, but what a chance.
I always think it's a little bit harder for the really fast players to play against, shall we say, the slightly slower of players. Tim can kind of interrupt their rhythm, but Margaret's got her time at the table. She's got her 30 seconds plus the extension.
Yeah, 2 different styles at the table. Indeed, sometimes it can actually cause a spark when you're playing someone with a different style, and indeed sometimes it can throw you off a bit. Chiu Cho, who played a great quarterfinal yesterday, really couldn't perform against FEFILOVA, and I was wondering, is it maybe a difference in styles? If yes, we could see the same thing in this final.
Yeah, can't play the pot here. Too close to the 5 ball. That, as you said, Tim, was or could have been one of the stumbling blocks, looking to just go past the 7 here, or maybe go into the 7.
Well, most of the kicking lanes blocked. Might be kicking with a smaller angle and spinning into the 5. A lot of left. No, not this way. You could see from the overview that the point where she was going into the long rail was directly coming out into the 10. She did have to move over higher up the long rail.
I remember you saying right at the start of this tournament, Tim, that Margaret FEFILOVA was your pick.
Yeah, I had 2 outsiders, and well, one I think she lost into the last 16. I have to check this. Yeah, Savannah Easton lost to Jessica in the last 16. And the other one was indeed FEFILOVA, because both of them have been putting the time in, have been traveling, have been pushing themselves deep into tournaments lately. So I gave them a chance. Cue ball around the 7 backup table. Would love to create more and more distance on this.
Well, does she go for the bank here? She's got to go for the bank, surely. It's her style. Don't be surprised if this goes in, guys. Oh, I got the double kiss, Tim.
Again, the distance this time. Cue ball a lot better. Very close to the rail. Limits the options. She did leave a cut on, but gotta watch the cue ball too.
You just know she's going for it. You just know she's going
watch
for
the
it.
cue ball.
Oh no! Well, that's unlucky. To kiss off the 10. What a cut that was. Look at that, play to perfection. Ghastly kiss on the 10.
Yeah, the 10 ball was always going to be in between there. Well, I have to say, I'm a bit surprised how she played that 7 ball. Kind of like stunning over to the bottom right or many other options. Little short, as you can see, quite the stretch. Oh, cue ball very close to a scratch into the middle. But she's gonna take the lead.
one down and now one up. Saw a very interesting interview with Margarita and Luke Riches yesterday, where she was saying she's been working very, very hard on her mental state. And there's been times before when she's kind of given up, which I was surprised to hear her actually admit. But she says she never gives up now. And even if she's 3-0 down in a set, she still believes she can win it. And that's something you need in your game. It's okay being dedicated, being talented, but you still need that will to win, and that's what world champions are made of. And who knows, it could be time for the Belarusian to become world champion. She does everything that a sports athlete should. Does lots of gym work. She eats very well. Dedicated practicer. If you follow her on social media, you'll know she does lots of very tough drills and stuff like that. Very clean living, and married to a pool player as well. It all helps. So 2-1 up, here we go. Looking to get on the hill.
Well, her first dry break now. And right off the bat, a shot on the 1. Now the 2.
Yeah.
Doesn't go by the 6, I think. And the 3 ball, difficult to land on 2.
She'll be playing this right-handed, that's for sure. There you go, switching over. High left.
Well, is she gonna look at the roll up on the 6? Because as you can see, the 2 doesn't go by the 6. And the 3 definitely doesn't go to the bottom right by the 10. So, very short run.
Yeah, kept it simple. Nice to see the audience in for this final. Good solid hit, but as always, it's not just hitting the ball, it's what you leave. Taking this to the corner though, Tim, this is missable. Where's she gone with the cue ball?
Well, I have a feeling she was trying to run into the 3 ball there. Well, again, decided within 4 seconds she's gonna take on the bank. Oh, look at the cue ball. Would have been perfect on the 4. But then again, would have, should have, could have. Doesn't count. Has to go in. Terrific try though. Overcutting the ball. Lots of left spin to widen the angle.
Oh, does she have to jump this, or does she have a clear path? Oh, she can see it. She's just a slight swerve, Tim. Little masse round the 4 ball. Oh, and the cue ball. That's the problem with that shot.
Yeah, the ball in hand will come in useful. Because you need the perfect angle on the 5 to be able to get something on the 6. The 6 is most of it blocked by the 7, so not easy to get any position. So she could go, for example, forward near the center of the table and then cross over 2 rails off the 5 to the short side of the 6. But this ball in hand does help a lot. Maybe she's even playing Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, gone wrong, isn't it?
I was gonna say maybe she's gonna play to the right middle. She's gonna have to find a window between the 10 and the 8, for example, to be able to cut the 6 to the bottom left.
Need some right-hand spin as well. There it comes. Look at this. Giving herself a chance.
Well,
Stacks of spin, Tim, on that.
yeah, and she's gonna have to bank this a bit wide. Does it still slide in? No. The table has tightened up a little bit.
Second masse in a row. She's done it again, has she? No, not this time.
Yeah, this also slightly short. Looks like both players are tasting the water a little bit.
Surely behind the 9 here. Oh, it's not good enough against someone of Cheska's potting ability. This is the kind of shot she relishes. Crack this in, hold for the 8. Oh, she's a long way off. Bit quick on the stroke there.
Yeah, so far, FEFILOVA the one to pick up the pieces near the end of the rack. This is already to put herself on the hill in the first set.
Yeah, as I said earlier, you are going to get chances always against Cheska. It's just whether you take them or not. And so far, Margarita has. You can tell she's really up for this challenge. Such hard work to get to any final. And once you're there, you want to make the most of it. And it looks like FEFILOVA Steyr has come to do exactly that. On the hill, 3-1, Tim. Thoughts so far, Tim, on the final?
Well, like I said, I think both are tasting the waters a little bit. Like Cheska, she's maybe been pushing it a little too far, as you can see. Like, she's been playing very offensive, and we know she can. But she might have to tie things up at times. And Margaret being consistent, you know, the things she's been doing all week. Just steadily not missing any of the open opportunities. The one thing I will say, though, is when you give Cheska some free space, some breathing space, she can turn into something very dangerous. But if you can keep the heat on players like her, that's where they can stumble. So what FEFILOVA is doing right now might be the trick. Now FEFILOVA breaking, possibly for the set. Of course, past results are no guarantees for the future. But I was very impressed with her break yesterday. A lot of spin on the cue ball this time, not the best energy. Needs to get an angle on the 7 to, or on the 2 ball, excuse me, to get to the 3 ball up table. And the 7 might come into play now.
She's not that quick. She's not on the 7 just yet. She might be in about 30 seconds. Took a risk. That was a crazy risk.
These kind of shots. And you know, it's fast, and I like how she plays her instinct. But at the moment, she could have tapped it in and played a good safety on the 3 ball and just stay calm, you know. If she's gonna leave FEFILOVA with these kind of open opportunities over and over, might be in danger of losing the opening set.
Yeah, that was kind of like a shot you'd play in an exhibition match, not in a world final. That last attempt to open up the 4. Just pushing the boat out a little bit too much for me, that was. And if Margarita can punish her here, which I don't think she's going to, though, she's going to have to jump the 10. Well, this is on. Can she just draw and hold through the gap for the 6 into the side?
Well, she might be, yeah, she might be doing something else. She took the extension off. She's playing safe.
Wow. Hold the back page. Cheska Centeno has turned down a pot. There's our referee, Mr. Sepinen Pentti from Finland.
Oh, cue ball. Yeah, this is kind of the point I was trying to make, Mark. I think if Cheska holds herself back once in a while, I think the opportunities she's going to get are going to be very nice. I mean, are going to be open opportunities. She almost missed the ball in hand there. What?
Missed that. I actually saw a video yesterday of Shane Van Boning missing with ball in hand. Now, is that Mate? I think it might be the wheelchair athlete who took part in the Predator Wheelchair Open, won by Henrik Larsson.
Yeah, trying to cheat the pocket just slightly for a little less speed on the cue ball. Awkward cueing on the rail too. Can you imagine? She did get ball in hand, 6 balls on the table.
Yeah, I mean, with the ball in hand, Tim, she messed up the position from there and almost missed the pot. What's going on here? It's going crazy. All of a sudden, it's 2 fouls in a row for Margarita.
Well, I cannot imagine Jessica playing a safe behind the 10 on the 8, but she might have to. Look at this. She didn't even get the shape on the 8. It's fascinating stuff. Things are indeed going crazy. Balls flying off the table. And a missed safety from Jessica.
Oh, I don't like to see a player change their rhythm, but I think that young lady there is going just a little bit too quick at the moment. That's 2 ball in hand she's had, and she's messed up both opportunities, and even the safety behind the 10 with Margarita on 2 fouls as well.
This is as I said,
Tim.
In the end, it's FEFILOVA clearing up on the last couple balls. So there's not much you can argue, but I have to say Jessica indeed all over the place.
Yeah, and this will be a shock to Jessica. I think she needs to pop out of the arena, and she does at the first opportunity. She needs to go and sort her head out because she is not in a good place at the moment, already gone. Well, what a fascinating match this is going to be. I tell you, everyone was saying it's going to be a quick one. The world champion, defending champion, is going to run away with it, but look at this. 2 bad mistakes there. Tim De Ruyter and myself are going to be back as soon as the players are back with, well, what promises to be a very interesting set number 2. See you soon, guys. always, to the Waldorf Astoria Cavalieri Hotel here in Rome. It's the Banca del Fucino Women's World Temple WPA Championship. Margaret FEFILOVA winning a bizarre first set, to be honest. I don't think I've ever seen Cheska miss so much. I'm Mark White. I'm joined by Tim the Writer, the Talkinator himself.
Yeah, unbelievable first set. Both players not getting over a 700 player overall performance is quite shocking for the final. Hopefully they can settle down both. Cheska may be a little bit slower. Well, FEFILOVA, she might not have to change anything. Great break. 2 balls in, just nothing offensive, I think, on the 2 ball available.
Yeah, just has a bit of the left edge of it as she looks. Just wonder, Tim, did Cheska get a few comforting words of advice from Rubelin in that little timeout there?
Well, you would hope she has somebody with her that knows her game that well to say, like, hey, maybe you need to take a little bit more time, or just take a couple more pre-strokes, or whatever, you know, like, it's not easy to always do it by yourself. Great hit. No good leave, but she gave herself every chance to bring the cue ball behind the 3 or the 9.
Yeah, a bit unlucky to get the double kiss on the 9. I wish she'd have had her behind the 3. She caught exactly the part of the 2 that she was looking to hit. So can go forwards or backwards here. Coming back for the 3 in the side. Oh, she's got hold of it.
Yeah, did pull out a big stroke there, but I think it's still okay. There's a lot of space again near the center of the table, so I believe on most of the shots, just the center table position is fine.
Certainly striking the ball very sweetly.
Little draw. Doesn't have to go all the way to get close to the 9. Just give yourself anything on the 7. Oh, she even played to the bottom side. I like this play. Just landed perfect too. Little angle. Stun it in. You're straight on the 9. Yeah, good start from FEFILOVA. making 2 balls on the break, good safety. And now the ideal run out. Starting to get very comfortable around the table.
Yeah, she's going to be feeling more and more confident. Because at the moment, Cheska hasn't been a threat since the very first rack of the match. Since then, it's been all this young lady. And the way she's cueing, and her state of mind, Tim, it's a dangerous combination. She'll be feeling very, very good. Played this one really sweetly, lots of high right. And the cue ball positioning was, well, precise, perfection. There's young Linnea Holmström on the right from Sweden. Now, was that Sam Dieppe on the left, Tim? The great coach.
Well, honestly,
quite get long enough to see her.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not sure. It was a short view indeed. Predator Arcos, 2 balls in action. Has been cutting the break quite a bit. I think she's really targeting to make the 1 into the middle. A little bit fuller than the previous break. But the leaf is alright. I don't think Cheska has any view on the 1, so push out it will be.
Yeah, just explain, Tim, the push out, please, to viewers that may be new to the game. They may wonder what a push out is. What can she do?
Yeah, Cheska can play the cue ball wherever she wants on the table, can contact any ball, so not just the 1 ball. And from the position where the cue ball lands, Margaret will have the option to either play herself or give it back to Cheska. So FEFILOVA has an option. If she likes it, she continues. If not, she gives it back. Now, do we like this 1 ball, Mark? FEFILOVA likes it.
I like going in behind the 3 ball here.
Yeah, I think the safety, or the push out, excuse me, the push out from Cheska, I think it was maybe a little too easy. Yeah, it does have quite some cover here on the 1. There's a 3-rail escape, short rail, left long rail, and then the right long rail. But it's sensitive. There is the arc over the top short rail. Elevate, and then with right spin to curve back.
That's what she's playing, Tim. Yeah, really need the other angle to see the swerve on the cue ball, but she didn't get it anyway. Was supposed to arc round towards the 1 ball. Chance for Margaret here to double the lead in this second set. And I think we're going to see Cheska push to her limits today. She's only lost the first set to 1 other player on the TV table, and that was Rubilin Aramith. She went on to lose that match, remember. She's a great front runner, but we're now going to see how Cheska responds when she's behind. Can she hold it, Tim? Or does she have too much angle? May go into it, possibly.
I think if she plays a little bit of left to where she comes a bit straighter towards the 5, I think she might be able to hold it. Sensitive though, easily missed on the right point. I think she's held it nicely.
29 years old, Margaret, 27, Cheska.
Okay, I might have to play for the 8 into the right middle. As you can see, small angle. She does travel the cue ball when she needs to, but sometimes she also realizes to not do too much with the cue ball. Trying to keep the game rather simple.
Looks super focused, doesn't she? She wants this world title more than anything. Whenever you start playing any sport, it's not about the money, it's about becoming a world champion. That's what we all dream of when we're younger. We want to be the best in the world. And at the moment, Margarita Fefilova-Steyr is looking like the best player in the world right now.
Yeah, another fabulous clearance mark. She's starting to strike the ball very, very sweet, and also everything is at a very, well, not a soft pace, but it's a very calm kind of style she's playing right now. She's not punching the ball as much. I think she might be hitting the sweet spot.
That shot to the 5 was very well played indeed. And then she played a pretty good shot as well from the 6 to the 7. And to be honest, she just doesn't look like missing at the moment. What's he got there? Has he got a bit of pizza? I hope it's not spaghetti that he's eating with his fingers. That'd be a bit difficult, wouldn't it?
Well, it would get quite messy too, I believe.
Yeah. There's Ishan Singh, president of the WPA. Next to him, Jorgen Sandman, who is the president of the WCBS. And I believe the lady next to him is from Venbilliards. Big partner of the Predator Group. One getting kicked away from the side. 4 balls a chance.
Yeah, slight bit of overcut this time on the break. Still, the one thing that I like to see is the fact how many balls are moving up table, for example. Just increases the chances. Oh, she went aggressive on the bank. See, it's these kind of shots, like going for the bank. She's absolutely shattered the cluster next to it.
Yeah, had a good chance at a safety there, thin off the left-hand side of the 1. 6 would have held it, send the cue ball around the table, put Margaret under a bit of pressure. I think she's kind of in panic mode at the moment, trying to force the issue to get back into this match. And all the time, Margaret is doing this kind of thing.
Yeah, I just think FEFILOVA's patience at the moment is really paying dividends. Beautiful jump, but then no shot. She feels like she's unlucky, but okay, she's made a good shot here, but she could have already played a couple other good shots on the safety department, so there's always 2 sides of the coin. I think she should be able, yeah, to bring the cue ball under the 10. But not a strong enough safety. Might be either a roll-up on the 3 ball. I don't think this 2 ball is very comfortable to take on.
Decision time. Has got the roll up, as you said, but I think it does go. Be interesting to see what she plays.
Well, she did go for it. A little bit more random into the 3 ball. But because she played more of a pocket speed, that ball still did grab enough to go. Would not have went with any more speed or spin. Now, how are you going to develop the 7 and the 8? That's the biggest issue she has. I don't mind just playing the safe on this 3 ball. I'd rather have my opponent start this run out than myself, Mark, with how it's laying.
Yeah, I think Cheska just wants to get going. She wants to try and create something. What a shot that is. Terrific shot. Could play the 7-8 combo, Tim. It's not quite lined up, but it's possible if she gets close to it. Draw back, get straight on the 6. Oh, this is awkward queuing now.
Yeah, it was going to be from the 6 to the 7. Cue ball just staying on the table. That's a big roll. Imagine giving ball in hand with 7, 8, 9, 10 on the table again.
Yeah, Margarita would have been on the hill, and that's a long way off.
Yeah,
smiling, but I think it's a nervous smile rather than a ha-ha smile.
Well, I think most of it is feeling like she's been unlucky overall, kind of. Like things just not landing how she wants them to land and trying to see the fun of it, but she's not going to see the fun of it if Margaret gets another big lead. And well, she's made a jump, she's got the cut. This could very well be a 3-0 FEFILOVA, and Cheska does on a lot more pressure. Yeah, nice straight execution there. little bit strange how she landed, so straight on the 9. And a long bridge needed to reach. But
Now
as
that
long as
guy
you...
in the background. Sorry, Tim, to interrupt you. I've got to make an apology. But it isn't. It's Stefano de Blasio, the wheelchair athlete, sat to the side. So I'm sorry about that. Thanks to Fred Dinsmore for messaging me and telling me off. He's given me 100 lines. There he is in the background, Stefano de Blasio. Great wheelchair athlete. And this 10 ball for 3-0. Well, this wasn't the script that I read, Tim.
Well, I think Jessica didn't get your note saying play safe occasionally. She is just chasing every run out. And percentage play, in my opinion, is probably one of the most important things in pool. If you don't know when to hide or when to run, don't think you can be winning world finals.
I thought you was going to break into song there for a minute, Tim. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em.
No, I don't sing live, and it's better I keep it that way.
I just heard myself. I should take the same stance, I think. I'll leave it to Kenny Rogers in future. So breaking on the hill, Margarita FEFILOVA Staya. I mean, just look at that focus. And kudos to her. She's worked so hard.
Well, another ball dropping. She's got a shot on the 1. 2 ball over the corner. This could be a chance to close it out. The second set. Just got it. A little bit of inside spin to track straight over for the 2. I didn't see any other clusters or issues. Maybe the 5 to the 6. But let's start with the 1 ball first.
Brilliant. Just enough angle. Are you playing this, Tim? Stunt right?
Well, you could force it off the rail straight out and take the 3 to the top right. Or 2 rails off the rail, just a little bit short. I was going to say it's important to give yourself a natural angle floating forward and being on the 4. Would have liked to roll a ball or 2 further. Just gonna watch the cue ball, might go towards the top left corner. Beautiful putt. And this is the most important thing she's been doing is it doesn't matter if she has to take on the long shot. She can play that with the pocket speed. So as long as she has the proper angle, it will float in. And I think this is now becoming a chance to go 2-0 up in sets. Just to get from the 5 to the 6.
It's been a big part of her game so far, where she's just not hitting hard. She's just stroking everything. And of course, playing like that gives the ball that much more opportunity to drop.
Well, I do feel we're going to have to see a little bit of magic. Will she have to play with low left? Draw into the left long rail and then 2 rails in between. Yeah, that's what she's looking for. I'd rather draw this more than a lot of left spin. The more left, the closer you get to the 6, I feel. Just a little to help the cue ball around. No, she did not play any left spin. Well, she's got a shot. Same pocket speed. She's guaranteed to be on the 8 ball. But it's a tester. And she'll know this one is important. Very important.
Yeah, crucial. Missed it. Oh, it's dropped.
Once again.
Oh, I never thought that would drop.
The pocket speed, Mark. It's just that pace she's played it. Any more pace on the ball and it was going to stay up.
It's hit the middle diamond there, Tim, and still gone in. Okay, I'm not suggesting the pockets are big because they're not. They're 4 1/4. But it's the new cloth that's stayed new for the duration of the tournament. And this is going to be 2-0. And Cesca Centeno, the reigning champion, well, her grasp on that trophy is being ripped off at the moment from this young lady. And she's played some really, really good stuff. I must say, Tim, this is the best I've ever seen Margarita FEFILOVA play. It really is. Two sets to 0. Timeout called. I think Tim Delaita and myself, Mark White, we need to have a little break as well. But we will be back with set number 3. Could it be the one Margarita lift the world title, or will Cesca come back and retain the trophy? See you soon, guys. Welcome back to the home of the Colosseum. We're in Rome, in Italy, and these two gladiators going at it. Margaret there on your right, winning the battle at the moment. Ball down. I'm Mark White. I'm joined by Tim Delater. How's the break looking, Tim?
Well, she hit it great. Beautiful one into the middle, but... Well, I didn't think the cut was on. She might... Well, no, she's messing into very thin contact on the two. She's got it, but not able to play that in any softer way. She's going to jack up and spare this, but would love to see this go and make this a match. But it's these kind of shots that have not been going, Mark.
This will give her confidence, but that won't. Now, as she left it, I'm not sure. Good shot.
Not the full cover, so maybe Česká can at least bring the cue ball above the 8. This kind of safety shot's very important to think, where am I going to put the cue ball, but also, am I going to leave the 3 ball just on the left long rail, or do I want to have it come out a little bit? Got to be very precise. I don't think Česká have been very precise on these kind of shots. So the opposite side's coming for FEFILOVA. Has the 10 or the 7 to land behind. No. She's went longer distance. Much better shot, actually. Getting the distance in.
Well, I don't think we're going to see Česká change her attitude. I think if there's a ball on that goes, she's going to be going for it. We saw that from the 3 ball a little while ago. It's the only way she knows, I think.
A little bit closer on this 4. It's to that point where I don't think she's going to be able to get the cue ball much forward. Looks like there's a slight cut in the 4 ball though, so can leave the cue ball more to the right and take more of a cut on the 5 ball.
Referee close by. Foul in the side anyway. Well, now then, Česká CENTENO, ball in hand on the 5 once again. Margarita has won the last 8 racks in a row. I think we're going to get a big round of applause. If this 10 ball goes in, the crowd want to see a match. We want to see a match. So a little lift, Tim, for Česká there. Took them well. Margarita trying to hold the cue ball there. for the 4, very difficult. And the scratch let Cheska in. And after what's gone before, that's a pretty good clearance, looked confident. That young lady there, though, will not change her game. She'll keep her focus. She'll sit there patiently. She knows she'll get another chance. Cheska always has, whenever she knows she's on the TV screen, she gets a little bit embarrassed and she has that little smile. They call her Pogie. Welcome, guys, wherever you are watching around the world. Plenty more to come, of course, from Predator this year. And on the 20th of this month till the 23rd, we have the Italian Treviso Euro Tour Open. That will be on Pro Billiard TV. And then we're all off to Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam on the 19th of September till the 26th. We've got the men's world 10 ball champion, the Ivan Simonis men's world championship. We've got the women's Poison Saigon 9 ball open, and we've of course got the box billiards mixed doubles open as well. So lots to look forward to here on Pro Billiard TV.
Yeah, looking forward to all the action coming up, but we still have a match on our hands here. Cannot imagine FEFILOVA playing something aggressive. She likes to be patient on these kind of shots, so once again, good cue ball behind the 7 and the 4, so the jump cue is out. Just gonna look to hit the edge of the 1. No, she had a full hit. There's a save, but for sure the jump cue coming out. Even if you stop the cue ball where the 1 is, and you take on the long 2 with the 3 ball over the corner, you should take this chance. I think it's worth going for the jump, and I mean, don't even try to draw back. Make the ball.
And the way players jump these days, you'd have to say this is an opportunity. As you say, Tim, nothing to do with the cue ball. She's going to have a shot at the 2, 3 ball waiting over the top right. This is a chance.
The cue ball does slide a little forward. But still, even if you float the cue ball into the top short rail and it comes out, let's say, half a diamond, you might already have a cut on the 3 ball, so you gotta go. Yeah, it wasn't an easy shot by any means. That wasn't an easy shot by any means too. What a stroke. And I don't think she can get by the 3 ball, or at least to make the 3. Yeah, maybe a real first safety is there, but you see, now she is chasing to still make the 3 ball, and she doesn't have to. I don't think this is actually possible. I think the 9 can come in between. I just don't understand this choice, Mark.
No, I'm with you there, Tim. I mean, you know, I love to be aggressive and attacking, but to me, there's just no need to take that on whatsoever. She's trying to force the issue. She's just knocked in a terrific 2 ball. take your medicine, play a safety, and keep Margaret under pressure. Now she's given a ball in hand. A chance to get control in this third set.
Yeah, also in these set matches, I feel like the momentum does go back and forth most of the time between the players. But in this match, I don't feel any momentum for Česká, just by the way she's been playing the match. That tells me Margaret might be on the way to do something very special if she can hold the nerve. It's always going to be tricky towards the end, of course. Did run a little further on the 5.
Yeah, that was missable.
Oh, that's now twice. FEFILOVA is letting Česká off the hook.
Little surprised she played it like that, Tim, to be honest. Didn't have to get close to the 6.
I didn't mind how she played the 5 ball. It was more how she got on the 5 ball. Passing the, like crossing the positional area a little. And, well, it is possible to run too short or too far and have a difficult 5 ball. See, I don't understand like why she's taking much more time on a shot like this, for example. But should have been closer to the 9. This is a long 9 ball. Česká.
Yeah, this is when the game can change. We know how quick she can win racks. Win this set. All of a sudden there's a bit of pressure. This for me, that shot there, but then the follow-up shot, she should never have played, but she got away with it. Just a rhythm player, isn't she? Just totally natural. Doesn't know any other way to play. And that's why she's absolutely sensational 1 minute, and then she can play almost like a 500 Fargo the next. You just never know with her, but that's kind of what makes her such an exciting player to watch. You just never know what you're going to get with Česká. Usually it's brilliance and a cheeky smile, of course, when the camera goes on her. Referee Pentti Seppänen getting the balls ready to be broken by Česká. Winner breaks within the set, remember, guys. So 2-0, looking to get on the hill. This is the best little patch we've had from Česká for some time. Chance for Margarita, though.
Well, is it really a chance? Does the 4 go by the 8? I don't think so. Especially not where the 3, from where the 3 ball is laying to get to the 4.
Could take a chance, Tim, and move it off of the 2. Can she run off the edge of the 8?
Well, she did indeed have the option to run into the 8 ball and have the 3 in the middle or the top right. I mean, we might be wrong. The 4 might go by the 8, but I just didn't think so.
I don't think so either. I think it's a safety.
Yeah, and it's a good save. Nice cover. I don't think she can go 1 rail over the right long rail. She'll have to go 2 rails. Cue ball could go into the 10 and be frozen behind the 9.
Could go around this. Yeah, the 8 was in the way, I thought, Tim, of that shot. I thought the 8 was exactly where she needed to be for the 2 railer. But anyway, it's ball in hand. Chance to get back into this 3rd set. When I was thinking about this match last night, and I don't know why I thought of this, but it did cross my mind what kind of celebration we'll see from Margarita if she does go on to clinch this title. May remember Christina Tkach falling to the floor the year that she won it.
Hold the 9
available.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it does go to the bottom left. I did think it would go to the bottom right. Would have loved a little angle on the 8. Might have to draw into the right long rail and back out to the left side of the 9.
Yeah, indeed. Only goes to the bottom right, as this camera angle will show you now. Or it goes to the centre, Tim, does it?
I was not. I didn't get too enthusiastic for the middle indeed. I like this play.
There's lots of players who play different sports who never become world champion. It really is an elite group. (2-1) and has the break back, Tim. I mean, we did see a little bit of a resurgence there from Cheska. What's your thoughts, though, Tim, now that we've seen a little bit of this 3rd set?
Well, the only reason, in my opinion, that Cheska did get the first 2 racks in this 3rd set is because Margaret allowed her to, giving ball in hand twice. towards the end of the rack. But I think if Margaret gets back to running out like she just did, I have to say I see Česka's chances very slim from this point, even though she's leading 2-1. Yeah, makes 2 balls. Yeah, like I said, she has been making a lot of balls on the break too. So, okay, she's hooked now, but it does help with the occasional breaker run.
Maybe tying the 2 up as well. No. Just leaving a gap through between the 4 and the 5.
Yeah, I did like your option to just thin the 2 ball just slightly over and leave the gap. Because Česka has a chance to freeze a cue ball up on the 3.
Can't make up her mind which cue she wants to use. It's going to be the jump, and this is a pretty close jump, this. I think she's only having to jump the edge, though. Time running out. Rushed it in the end.
Yeah, almost scratching into the bottom left. Would have made the run out very simple. But that will do from the 1 to the 2. Nice cue ball control from Česka.
Expect her to get on the hill from here.
Yeah, I would love to.
8, 10.
I would love to see her on the hill and actually take this 3rd set. I think if she takes a 3rd set, she might start to get more comfortable, and we're gonna see a bit more nerves on Fefilova's side.
Yeah, it's always easier when your opponent isn't punishing you for your mistakes, but as soon as you start getting punished, the brain does funny things to you. So we're going to see all the mental strength that Margarita's been talking about. It's going to test her to the full, and you expect that in a world final. You don't expect to run away with it. Both players into the final for a reason. It means they've played some great stuff all week. And you can tell the crowd enjoying this comeback from Česka. They want to see more Paul. And so do we. We want to see both players playing at their best. Now we are in the beautiful city of Rome, and there are more than 900 churches in Rome. There's tiny little ones tucked away, little neighbourhood chapels. And there's also, of course, the massive St. Peter's Basilica, which can accommodate up to 60,000 people at once. I tell you what, I'd love to hear 60,000 people all singing a nice hymn. That would sound great, wouldn't it? 60,000 people, Tim.
Oh, a tense face in the corner of FEFILOVA there. What would we do without Mark White's facts? Where would we be?
Well, you wouldn't be as educated for a start.
Big pop makes the 9. Anything on the 1? Oh, it looked like a 1-3-5 combination.
It did. And if it's close, you can guarantee Cheska's going for it.
Yeah, she's not going to shy away from this. She might even be able...
Oh, yes.
Oh, look at this, straight in. A little bit careless, though, not to play that with double pace. And now, like, she could tie the cue ball up behind the 3. She's opting to go for a bank. If that 1 ball stays over the corner, you could sell out. She doesn't. It's just those little choices, you know. It's like whenever she makes 1 ball, she feels like she has to get the run out, and she's gonna get second prize, but she just could have hit the brakes earlier, Mark.
Yeah, I didn't think she was going to go for that 2. It was mighty thin, but she saw it as an opportunity for a break and run. As you say, though, second prize. Margaret going to have to get this one safe somehow. Or did she call the side? If she... Well, it's not in anyway. Chance for Cheska. You feel it's turning, Tim, this final.
Well, this is for the set then. Little straight on the 6, but the 7 does go to the bottom left.
Yeah, now this is really game on. It's going to be interesting to see who comes out the stronger in the 4th set. Because Cheska now getting into a rhythm, confidence is back. And she wins the 3rd set to the delight of the audience, 4-1. And Margarita now, the first one out of the arena. She knew it was going to come at some point. Started there with a beautiful 3-ball combo, got away with it though on the 2-ball. Tim De Ruyter and myself, Mark White, nip out, have a little break, and we'll be back as soon as the players are back. Well, you don't want to miss this one, guys. 4th set coming up. Cheska needs it though. Well, we are back here in the Waldorf Astoria Cavalieri Hotel in Rome, and things are getting very, very serious here in the Banca del Fucino WPA Women's 10 Ball World Championships. FEFILOVA style winning the first 2 sets. Cheska coming back with the third set, 4-1. Mark White here with the Talkinator, Mr. Tim Delighter. Here we go, Tim.
Yeah, I wonder if that previous set going Cheska's way, if that could give more nerves on FEFILOVA's game. You know, if you're cruising towards the title, there's no doubt you feel like you're doing what you're supposed to do and things are going your way. But when you get a mental challenge, your opponent starts to be a bit better. That's where maybe a bit of doubt, maybe the wrong thoughts can appear. So looking forward to see how she handles it. She's still playing for a world title. Is she going aggressive here? I cannot imagine. Probably the overcut on the 2 in the cue ball under the 10.
Well, that ring looking absolutely beautiful. I think Tyler splashed out a few $1,000s on that one. Beautiful ring. And let's not forget, she's still 2-1 up as well in sets. So she's still favourite. Could be on the way to a $55,000 first prize.
Yeah, she's won the safety battle. Does have a shot on the 2. I don't think she can hold for the 3 in the upper right. Oh, I think she can actually. This is a much better angle. Great camera work. Now, to get on the 5 ball. Is she going to give the 9 a nudge? Is she going to give herself a bigger cut and more difficult to be on the 6? It's not laying too great.
This is a really good test now of exactly where Margarita Fefilova-Steyer's game is in the grand scheme of things. If she can push on from here and take this title, it will be a terrific achievement. Beaten some very, very big names along the way. If you win a world title, you deserve it. You don't win them by luck.
Yeah, chose to try and push the 5 with the 9. But you know, on this, she doesn't really get triggered by the fact she doesn't run out. I feel like every time she's just patiently choosing whatever she thinks is the right shot. So now she's playing the bank, but she's playing with the insurance behind the 7 and the 9. Two-way shot coming up. And does it have the legs? Does it have the legs? No. Would have been a great shot, to be honest, if you look at how nicely controlled the cue ball was.
Another half a roll, and it would have been in. It was very difficult to get anything attacking on the 6. So close into the jaws of the pocket. If she'd have caught it thinner, she may have got some travel on the cue ball, but not easy to judge when you're jumping. Just the safety. This is better from Cheska.
Yeah, much better. And the jump cue is out. Now on this jump, if she lands between the 7 and the 6, she might even hop over the 6. She might have to land very close to the 6 ball. Yeah, not enough airtime.
Where's the 7
Similar.
gone?
Well, with the ball in hand on the 6, I don't think it matters that much. But the 7 is over the middle. Look at this. Stop, stop, stop. And a stop on the 10 probably.
Oh, stop it, Tim. If anything, Cheska looking the more confident now of the two. A little bit surprised she underhit this 5 ball, Tim, to be honest.
Yeah, I think she was mainly focused on getting the cue ball behind the 9 and the 7. But missed opportunity.
Yeah, good safety as well from Cheska on the 6 ball, not to try anything crazy. Played a good safety. Margarita failing to jump the 7. Ball in hand, and that was that. So the opening rack hasn't happened for Cheska since the very first set when she took the opening rack. She then proceeded to lose the next 8. There's the boss, Karim Belhaj, and I believe that is Mr. Del Fucino on the bank. Oh, look at this, Tim. Look at this.
Yeah, this is some opportunity that can get you going. 1, 2, and the 3 next to each other. I think it will be easy to get an angle on the 4 to go up table for the 6. I would say just to be on the proper side of the 6 ball, to leave yourself nice on the 7 to go back up for the 8. That's where the difficulty is laying. Would love to go 2 rails, but at least all the way up. Has to go into the kitchen. Because it's easy to leave yourself that angle towards the 8. She might have to draw and do a lot now. Yeah, a bit risky. Cue ball does stop in time, so actually that little nudge on the 8 helped her out. Just getting it done.
Cheska, just too good a player to be out of the loop completely. I would have been very surprised had she have lost this final 3-0. Margarita must have been expecting an onslaught like this, but she'll be ready for it. She would have thought about this in her pre-match routine. There's going to be times when I'm under the cosh in my chair, just sit there, relax, keep hydrated, stay positive. Now then, we are at the Waldorf Hotel. Quick fact about the Waldorf: the original Waldorf and Astoria were actually two separate gilded age hotels built by rival Astor family cousins on Fifth Avenue. They later merged, were demolished in 1929 to build the Empire State Building, and reopened in 1931 as the iconic Art Deco Waldorf Astoria, New York on Park Avenue. And there's legendary dishes that come from the Waldorf Astoria. Of course, they invented the Waldorf salad, Eggs Benedict, and the red velvet cake.
Well, I might have to go get myself some red velvet cake.
Sounds delicious, doesn't it? So, dry break. Any damage done, Tim?
No, I actually don't think Margaret has something easy on the one. Yeah, she has a super thin cut on the one to the left middle, but that's something I... Maybe Jessica would take it on, but Margaret won't.
Can she see enough of it to go up behind the 5? Is that a little bit dangerous, Tim? Put the 1 by the 6.
I'm not sure if she can hit it that full. This might be the fullest hit she could play. It's not enough though. Jessica can bank the 1 behind the 10 and the 2, bring the cube all the way to the bottom short rail. Yeah, defense play now a lot stronger from Jessica. Feel like she's not taking the offense as much, and it's kind of calming her down.
Yeah, and at the same time, of course, it's stopping Margarita potting balls, Tim, which she was doing very, very eloquently earlier on in the match. Now she's just being stifled slightly.
Yeah, wonderful hit though. A lot of space around the 1 to make a miss hit. The outcome not too bad either.
Down behind the 3, no. Trying to get over behind the 5, but she didn't have any right hand spin on the cue ball, so it just stayed where it was. Trophy presentation will take place after just a few minutes at the end of the match, so stay tuned with us for that, guys.
Oh, she did go aggressive on this one. Probably aimed it a bit thicker to be able to hold the cue ball for the 2. Had to take some pace off somewhere. Now, Margaret did get some punches, you know. She had to take some punches before she got this opportunity. Is she still going to be so precise as she was before to run this out?
Has to put the last set to the back of her mind and the beginning of this set as well, and just focus, refocus on the job in hand, ball by ball, rack by rack. Still favourite to win this title. Yeah, didn't get on the 4 ball as intended, and then it was a little bit tight. Just a few chinks in the armour showing now, Tim.
Yeah, just this top left spin, 3 rails. Oh, she did play a little less spin to go around the 6, and look at that lovely bump. Hit the 6 twice. Could not have worked out any better. Things are starting to run her way, Mark. And I think Margaret is gonna feel that too.
Yeah, she had her opportunity in this rack, but missed the 4 ball. And this is a real test, whoever you are, however positive you think, it's still very, very hard to keep those demons out of your mind. Just those little doubts that weren't there when she was 2-0 ahead. Francesca getting stronger by the rack. She just had a 4-1 set. And she's already 3 up in this one. And who knows, we could even be going to a final set decider. And if it gets to 3-3, we will have a shootout. I mean, you've played in some big games, Tim. I remember when you played, I think it was at the US Open, when you played Shane Van Boening. What's the pressure like in the arena, in the cauldron, when it's all coming on top and you're trying to hold the cue still? And how does it feel? How do you control it?
Well, sometimes you don't. I mean, sometimes it's unimaginable how rough it can be in the arena. That's why I feel sometimes for all the bad comments the players get. You know, like Margaret, she looked very steady. She might start to shake a lot now, and you know, sometimes it also happens. It's also mentally, you know, you gotta stay so confident. You gotta tell yourself, you know, you gotta just take all the punches and not crumble. And sometimes you handle it really well, and sometimes it's gonna get to you. I'm not sure if there's actually a way, because all the top players at times they crumble. But it's definitely a different experience playing with the big crowd, big occasion. It's a World Championship final, big money at stake too. And sometimes just the way how the match goes on can make you more nervous too, you know? Like in this case, I'd rather not be Fefilova or in Fefilova's shoes. Okay, she's up and playing for a world title, but I would feel like Cheska is chasing. A bit straight on this 3-ball. Big stroke will be coming up. Yeah, punched some angle out.
Clever shot, wasn't it, Tim? Just overcutting it slightly.
Yeah, she was a bit longer on the 5, but still a solid stroke. I have to say, for someone who's down 3-0 and about to go 2 each in sets, her stroke has been looking stable through this rack. And also that
well.
She could not have played any better.
A bit of left-hand spin. 10 on the cue ball, on the clock face. Cut it a bit thin though, Tim, didn't she? Not quite what she played.
Yeah, I cannot imagine what she had played for the 8 into the top left. A little bit of improvising coming up. Cue ball moving to the left, also not ideal angle on the 9 to get to the 10.
No.
And she's missed the 8.
Snatched.
And
Snatched at it, Tim.
Yeah, she's left the 8 on 2. That means... Ooh, that did wobble. We might go to a decider. That would be insane. I don't think any of us would have thought this match would ever go this far.
Wow.
If you would have asked us an hour or two.
Right in the heart. I know what you mean though, Tim. She looked down and out, didn't she? Couldn't really make a ball. And Margaret Fefilova from being in, well, a real winning position. Now, I think you make Cheska the favourite slightly. She's nipped out the arena though. Tim Delaita, myself. I don't know about you, Tim. I need to rehydrate myself. I'm going to go and grab a bottle of water. I'll see you in a minute. Well, we are back, guys. This is it. It's crunch time in the city of the Colosseum. And it's a scratch for Cesca Centeno. The opening break, Tim DeLater. And myself, Mark White, taking you through this deciding set. Tim, who's your favourite?
Well, favourite. You have to favour Cesca in the deciding set because she won the last two. She would have the most momentum and the most experience under this intense pressure to win a world championship. But not off a great start scratching the cue ball.
Also worth mentioning, Tim, that this is new territory for Margaret. She's never been this far. She's never won a major. This is a world championship, and you just don't know how to handle it, do you, if you've never done it before? Cesca's done it 3 times already. So Margaret really up against it here. Needs to get off to a good start here.
Well, so far, so good. She's got a nice angle on the 4 to pop out, be straight on the 5. Straight in on the 6 gives the 7 to go up. Well, she did catch the 4 ball a bit thicker there too, but like I said, she does play that pocket speed very often.
Well, if there are any nerves, she's not showing it. She's getting through these very, very nicely indeed. Stop on the cue ball. We'll give her the angle. Maybe just a slight draw, an inch or 2.
A little bit of low left, take some pace off the cue ball. I would like to load up the cue ball with a lot of left, but she played it a bit softer and not as much left. She's now facing a bit of an in-between shot on this 9, bit more angle. Could opt to play to the bottom right and just barely get the cue ball by the side pocket. The other option is to play the cut into the middle, but the cue ball will have a lot of pace to handle.
Corner it is. Yeah, she doesn't like the side pocket, does she? Just checking. Changed her mind.
Well, 50-yard line, this should be fine. This 10 to take the lead. If you look at the racks overall, we are tied at 9. So this would be a lead in racks if you would consider those important.
Cheska might be getting a little bit peckish. Looked like a bag of chips she was being handed there. Could be wrong. Our referee, Pentti Seppänen from Finland, racking the Arcos 2 balls. We're of course playing on all Predator equipment, the Arc table, the Predator Arcadia reserve cloth, and the AeroRack. And let's not forget the lovely lights that kind of changed the lighting in the pool world. That's big thanks to our good friend Tim Lee, who was the inventor of the perimeter light, actually wrote a computer program to design the perfect light for TV, and this is it, the perimeter light.
Well, again, a ball made on the break, but never a guarantee to get position. Well, it's time to play a push. Also the 3 and the 7 tied up, so this could be a rough one. In general, I mean, a lot of safety play I expect to be coming up, unless the 2 ball gets close by the 3 and the 7 later on.
So just to push out. May get this back, Tim, mightn't she? No.
Well, it looks like she's playing, but
Oof.
well, she did
That's
thread
why
the
I didn't
needle
think
there.
she would. Yeah, I didn't think she could avoid the 4 ball.
Cue ball all the way behind the 3 and the 7. No, she was just trying to cut the 2. Yeah, a bit surprised she has come up short there with the 2 ball. Like, even if you had tried to go behind the 3 and the 7, the 6 and the 9 had a chance to come in between. Oh. Jumping time. Well, actually, no. No, you don't want to make the 2 ball. Hit it thin, cue ball back up. That's the shot.
Yeah, I'm sure Cheska smells victory now as well. A couple of sets ago, she wasn't feeling too good. Now she's realised she's got to start playing the percentages.
Yeah, like I said, just make sure the 2 ball doesn't end anywhere near the 3 and the 7. And also, just like Jessica didn't do earlier, just don't pocket the 2 ball. You can put yourself in a pretty bad spot making the 2 and opening up the 3 and the 7 for your opponent.
Yeah, the only good part about making the 2 is you can play a decent safety off of the 3. The 3 won't move from where it is, really. And plenty of balls to cover down the right-hand side of the table. So it wouldn't be the end of the world. Double kiss for Margarita. I think she was trying to just nudge into the 3 there to open it up, Tim.
Well, not successful as well. I mean, one ball in hand could make a major difference, but both of them definitely gonna make sure it's not gonna happen. Cue ball back down. No, she did go aggressive. She lost her patience.
Oh, she does get a lot of confidence for knocking in good long balls, just like that 2 ball. Maybe, as you say, just getting a little bit agitated. Margaret not interested. Making it, staying calm, composed. Now then, this is an interesting shot, because if she catches this 2 ball on the right hand side as we look, oh, she's going in behind it, that's okay.
Well, I'm just happy to see her not getting the jump cue out and going for a jump bank and the split.
Yeah, I thought that's what she was going to go at, Tim. 5 ball, though, is wired here. Can't really turn this down.
Yeah, can she give herself any angle to develop the 3 ball? Yeah, I don't think this is the angle I was thinking about. Pretty big angle this is. So 2 ball under the 10, cue ball above the 9. Oh, nice 2 ball.
No. Not the end of the world, giving ball in hand there. Yeah, I wondered if she was going to put her behind the 10. Not a bad idea. Try and get her on 2 fouls. She's still got the cover, I believe. This one a little bit easier to hit, though.
She could have chosen to go 2 rails into the 3 and the 7. The 2 ball with the ball in hand was an opportunity. Oh, this could end up very nice too. I think she might have the hook behind the 7. Not. She did apologize, but I liked the way she kicked at it with this pace. Even if Margaret makes the jump on the 2, I don't think she's going to be able to have the 3 ball unless the cue ball goes all around the table. Oh, and she's tied up the 6-8.
If it's not one thing, it's another. Well, we know what she's doing here. Took a right-hand spin, side rail. Oh, she's overcut it. Oh, she's played it off the 7. Got the opening, Tim, but nothing really on. Is the bank on?
Well, we both know she's going to play the bank. She's called it. And she's missed it.
Yeah, she's normally a good banker, but that's the 3rd one she's missed today.
Yeah, there's one trick I learned in playing 3 cushion, and that's when you've already missed, let's say, a 4-rail escape. Then the next time you have that same option, you should maybe look for any other way to get the point. And in this case, that would mean maybe not take on the bank and miss it wide and leave the cue ball behind the 8. If you have missed the bank a couple times, why would you go for it another time?
Yeah, very good point. I think it had to be made as well. It wasn't a dead-on bank. And this will be 2-0.
Well,
for Margarita, if she can finish these.
Sorry, Mark. I would like to see this being closed out first. Because this is more angle. And she has to hold the cue ball somewhat. Now, are you going to stun the cue ball over back down table? Or you just drop it in and take on the cut on the 10? She is going to stun it. Could make the shot a bit more difficult. Beautiful cueing. She's hit it absolutely perfect.
Well, this is very, very interesting now because Margarita is just one rack away from guaranteeing herself a shootout at the very least. Of course, she won't want a shootout. Beautiful 8 ball there, by the way, and an equally good 9. Cued it so smoothly. Cheska needs to win this next rack to keep Margarita off the hill. Doesn't look any different, Tim, than she did at the start of the match. Focused, keeping that head clear. Hello, mate. You need to get your hair cut. You won't be able to see to play pool with hair like that. It's a dashing young man, look, in his blazer. Good to see so many couples here, actually. Romantic Rome. What a fabulous tournament it's been here. 3 tournaments we had. Christina Tkach and Chao Che-Yu picking up the Fujifilm doubles Masters Showdown. Henrik Larsson winning the Predator Wheelchair Open. And the Banca del Fucino 10-ball championship here. Still undecided, Tim.
one ball catching the side pocket point. But she does get a full hook behind the 6. Now, push out all the way to the top side here. Maybe the 5 and the 8 tied up. No, this push out mark, I'm not a big fan. This might be pretty decent roll up on the 2. Had to look up the 5 and the 8 if you're gonna push this way. Oh, she hasn't. Well, this is a little bit of a let off. She might be able to make contact or kick over the top short rail and get the cue ball behind the 2 and the 6. This is a chance. I would feel lucky to get this much space to kick at a ball. Oh, she's got the wrong side of the 1.
There is a gap to get the cue ball through to the 2. She can stun it, or she can just go straight forwards, I think. Yeah, needed to stun it slightly.
Well, Margaret is also going to realize that if she takes this 3rd rack, she guarantees herself a shootout and only 1 remaining from the title. So thoughts definitely start to run in their minds. Oh, that spin on the cushion didn't help her out much.
Yeah, I think she had to play that spin, Tim. I think she was swerving around the 9 slightly, wasn't she? Well, this is a chance. This is Cheska territory.
Well, I would never go aggressive here, though. Oh, she's called it. This is indeed Cheska's territory, I guess.
You're not Cheska.
I just didn't see a way to get on the 4, but yeah, I mean, make the ball. Why would she go for the bank? Not so much that could happen on the 5. You know, she could have played the 4 under the 10, the cue ball above the 9 and the 7, that kind of corner.
I mean,
Margaret going to bring the 4 straight down.
How can you argue with a 3-time world champion, Tim? I mean, it's hard to criticise, isn't it, and say, you know, you should have played safe there, Cheska. But the style is kind of what wins her matches. She kind of steamrolls opponents.
She did cut this well, not the cover, but I feel like if Margaret makes a contact on this 4, it's most likely going to move away from that 3-ball blocker. So has to play a good cue ball behind the 7 and the 9.
Yeah, it's not going to do it.
Or maybe... Oh, that did do it.
No, did it? It did. Wow.
Yeah, the 6-ball blocking a 2-rail escape. This is a funny little spot to be in. Maybe a masse into the bottom short rail and go softly into the 4 and wait. Kicked at the 2 rails. Oh, that little nudge on the 8 might help her out.
I think the 5 doesn't go now in either corner. Look at that, Tim. Unbelievable. So she's going to have to play some kind of cannon or combo. Eight ball it is.
Yeah, a little bit off angle. The 5 possibly tracking towards the left and the cue ball towards the right into the 10. Can she maybe cheat this thick into the pocket? The 5 ball, no. No future. But here is a lovely 3 cushion shot. Bring the cue ball frozen on the 9. 5 ball under the 10.
Has it got the pace? Not quite.
Yeah, try to get the cue ball behind the 6. You know, this might be one of those chances where a thought kicks in. Hey, if I make this long 5, this table is something I usually run out. Wow, how well did she hit that? And perfect shape on the 6 to cross over for the 7 in the top right. This could bring her on the hill mark. What a shot on the 5.
Couldn't have any better. Thousands of hours of practice, thousands of pots made, 1,000 pots missed. She couldn't have prepared better than she has done for this tournament. And she is on the hill. Guaranteed minimum of a shootout. This is a great reply from Margaret Fefilova-Steyer. Cheska getting the safety wrong on the 5 ball. Great pot. And from there on, it was just do what you always do. Chalking up that break cue for hopefully, well, it will be the last time. Or will it? I like this. Really preparing herself for the biggest rack of her life, the biggest break of her life. And you called it at the beginning of the tournament, Tim. This was your pick. You thought you were playing well enough. Had some really good finishes just recently. And here she is on the cusp of greatness, of going down in history forever in the world of pool. Well, it still might end in a break and run. No, 9 ball still spinning. It's trying to get some spin towards that pocket. Not quite, though. Look at that. I thought he was just going to turn in off of that jaw.
Well, last chance for Jessica. Best she can do is bring this into a shootout. This at least being a good opportunity to do so. I think the 7 does go by the 10. Would have liked to actually leave herself a lot more angle on this. Could lose control over the 4. Didn't. Nicely controlled still. A lot of low on the cue ball to take the pace.
Can she bump the... Doesn't want to bump the ball here. Oh,
she
she's miscued.
Yeah, maybe a little quick. I don't even think I've seen any pre-stroke on the 5. Oh, you could almost say it's meant to be.
Yeah, this really is a chance now to close out this match. Well, what a moment for the Steyer family. Tyler, I'm sure, playing in the tournament in the US, trying to get his place in the Mosconi Cup. But I'm sure he's finding a way to watch this. Totally in our hands here, Tim.
Yeah, really doesn't have too much to do. All the hard work has been done. Just focus on the breathing, you know, keep it smooth. Stay low on the shots, you know, but she knows.
Oh, this is great stuff. History about to be made for Margaret FEFILOVA Steyer from Belarus. 2 balls from the title. She made a statement in an interview saying she's fully mentally prepared, much better than she's ever been. This 10 ball to seal the deal. Yes! Margaret FEFILOVA, yes, 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 she says. She's done it, and a lovely embrace from Cheska. You've got to say the better player won on the day. She came out of the blocks so quick. Look at the emotion. The tears now come because she knows she's worked her whole career for this, and she's finally done it. She is a world champion. She's on top of the world, and I'm so happy for her, as I'm sure my fellow commentator Tim de Ruyter is as well. Guys, stay tuned for the presentation. Congratulations to Margaret Fefilova-Steyer. You are the world 10-ball champion, the Banca del Fucino 10-ball world champion. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you hopefully for the Euro Tour on Pro Billiard TV from the 20th of August. If not, we'll see you in Ho Chi Minh City. Thanks for your company all week. Thanks to all the production team and all the commentators. Tim DeRuyter, it's always a pleasure. I'm Mark White. Ta-da!
Ladies and gentlemen, after such an epic final, it's now time for the awards ceremony for the 2026 Banca del Fucino WPA Women's 10-Ball World Championship. So let's welcome our presentation party into the arena. Firstly, representing Banca del Fucino, Signor Umberto Petrica, accompanied by Karim Belhaj, CEO of the Predator Group. And the president of Banca del Fucino, Signore Mauro Massi. Will you welcome the founder and CEO of Venbilliards, Miss Patrizia Petrica. And the sports director of the World Pool Association, Mr. Jürgen Sandman. And finally, the president of the World Pool Association, Mr. Ishan Singh. So we start with our semi-finalists to receive their bronze medals. Firstly, from South Korea, welcome Seo Seoa. And representing Chinese Taipei, Chao Chi-yu. Now, let's hear it for our runner-up and silver medalist, Cesca Centeno. And now, receiving $55,000, the gold medal, the magnificent trophy, but more importantly, the title of 2026 Banca del Fucino WPA Women's World 10-Ball Champion. Welcome her back, Margarita FEFILOVA Staya. Margarita FEFILOVA Staya. Congratulations to all our medal winners and a huge thank you to all our players, partners, officials, volunteers, and of course, the fans for the success of this event. Thanks to everyone for attending, and the night belongs to our champion, Margarita FEFILOVA Staya. We will now stand for the national anthem of Belarus. And that concludes our presentation ceremony. So thank you everybody for attending. And one more time for our champion, Margarita FEFILOVA Staya.